Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Today we are going to read a book called Why by Lindsay Camp and Tony Ross. There was one thing Lily did that drove her dad mad. Actually, it wasn't a thing she did. It was a thing she said. Why? She said it all the time. She said it first thing in the morning. It's time you were dressed. Why? She said it at breakfast. Your egg just needs another minute. Why? She said it when they went shopping. Let's not forget to buy garbage bags. Why? Once upon a time, there was she said it when her dad read a story. Friendly crocodile. Why? Time for bed, Lily. Why? Of course she said it at bedtime. Usually Lily's dad did his best to explain. Don't sit down there, Lily. Why? Because you'll get your pants wet. Why? Because the grass is soaking wet. Why? Because it rained all last night. Why? Because there were lots of big black clouds full of tiny drops of water. Why? Because, well, there just were, Lily. There just were. I wish you wouldn't always say, why, Lily? Why? Because it drives me mad. Why? It just does, Lily. It just does. Sometimes, when he was a bit tired, he would just get cranky. And then one Friday, something rather unusual happened. Lily was playing in the sandbox at the park. Just a few minutes more, Lily. Why? Because it's nearly lunchtime. Why? Because, good heavens. Suddenly, Lily's dad stopped and looked upward, and so did Lily. So did everyone in the park. Lily was too astonished to say anything. After all, she had never seen a gigantic Thargon spaceship before. The Thargon spaceship came lower, and then it landed in the park right next to the sandbox. Good grief. Everybody stood and stared, and the doors of the spaceship slid open, and out squelched several Thargons. They didn't look very friendly. The most important Thargon oozed forward. Tremble, Earthlings, we have come to destroy your planet. Everyone started to tremble. Everyone, except Lily, that is. Why? Why? Because that's our mission, of course. Why? Because destroying puny planets brings glory to the mighty Thargon Empire. Why? Because of our great leader, the Imperial Tharg, says so. Why? Because he just does, small female Earthling. He just does, The chief Thargon turned to his friends, and he looked thoughtful. Lily and her dad and all the other people watched as they talked together in Thargish for quite a long time. Then the chief Thargon slithered forward again and spoke to Lily. Your questions show disrespect to our great leader. However, we realize destroying planets hasn't done us much good. It just makes everyone hate us. We're going home to Tharg to think it over. Lily was just about to say something, but her dad put his hand over her mouth just in time. Bye, have a nice day. Sorry to have troubled you. That night at bedtime, when he finished reading her story, Lily's dad gave her an extra big hug. promised he'd never get cranky with her again, no matter how often she asked him why. I was very proud of you in the park today, Lily. Why? I just was, Lily. I just was. A lot of times we have the question of why. And to stay curious is a really good thing. Even though it may drive your parents crazy, even though we may ask the question why to things that even grown-ups don't have the answers for, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. So I hope that you'll stay curious. Until we meet again. Bye-bye.